Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is just going to give you a little insight to what I'm growing. At the moment I will be growing some other things in the garden and here in my conservatory, which acts really well as like a greenhouse. So first of all, we've got two chive plants here. Now chives are an easy thing to grow, of course. It can be used in a lot of dishes and to add flavour to your dishes. Of course, they are part of the onion family, and they can be planted in early spring or autumn. And so I've just got them here in my conservatory in some pots, and they need a fair bit of sun. So like I say, it's ideal here to grow them. And you just need to make sure that the soil is well drained and fertile. And yeah, they can be grown from seed, which is what I've done. Or they can be purchased as young plants. And yeah, like I've done them in containers, but you can do them in garden beds outside as well. And now we've got this rather tall beetroot plant. Now it's started to get warmer. It's all of a sudden grown really tall. I put a support stick on it just to help it, and I can move it outside because you can grow the seeds directly outside or start them inside like I have. And when you're planting the seeds, I've just done one here, but if you're doing more, space them 10 centimeters apart in rows, and water regularly as well. And they need like partial sun. And yeah, it's got some nice big leaves on there as well. So yeah, that'll be ready to go outside soon. I would say, I mean, I tried growing it before, so I'd say it's one that needs a bit more care and attention. Just make sure that the soil doesn't become waterlogged in any way. If you're growing beetroot outside, you can do it from mid-April to late June, or if you're doing it indoors like me, you can start in late February for an early crop. Next we've got a spearmint plant here, which is again, now it's got warmer, it's already taking off now. This is a plant I started growing a while ago, and it's just continued to grow. Obviously I've cut it off as I've needed it. And when you're watering it, make sure you water directly into the pot and try not to get any water onto the leaves. And it can be, again, grown from seed or from purchased plants. Say I've done it from seed. And it's a good idea to do it in containers because it will spread really quickly. As you can see, it's starting to branch out quite a bit now. I've got some nice big leaves on there. It's got a lovely smell to it. And again, it needs a partial shade or sun and moist, well drained soil. And you can sow the seeds directly into the garden or start them 8 weeks indoors. And you just want to avoid the frost and keep the soil moist and warm. And ideally you want to plant them 18 centimeters to 2 feet apart and water regularly. And as I say, this one is doing pretty well. So here we have some parsley plants. I actually planted these 4 years ago, and they're still growing. Obviously parsley can be used a lot in a lot of different dishes, so I'll just take some off when I need it and just keep it watered. Parsley is something that sometimes it can get really warm in the conservatory here, but parsley is one that really sort of can stand the heat quite well. Obviously if they get too hot, they do start to flower, and obviously the leaves go brown, so keep an eye on them. But yeah, they do really well in the heat. They're quite sturdy. And again, it prefers moist and well-drained soil, and yeah, needs plenty of sun. And you can do these on the windowsill as well. They're easy to grow. Good one for children to get involved with as well. Now, when you plant them from seed, obviously I started them off in a propagator, and just spaced them about 30 centimeters apart. And you can plant them in sort of early spring or autumn. Like I say, I've had these for 4 years, so you can continue to get plenty of crop from them, and of course save you a lot of money in the long run. So here I've got some tomato plants I've been growing, and I started these off in a propagator, and when the seeds germinated and started to grow a bit, I moved them into individual pots. As you can see now, they are getting their what we call the true leaves. So these ones on the outside are not the true leaves, it's the ones in the middle there. And then once they've grown a bit more, I transfer them to bigger pots, so they've got more space to move, because obviously they can only the roots can only move to the size of the pot, and then they can be, once they're big enough, they can be moved outside. And tomatoes are a good one to grow, and obviously there's plenty of things you can make from tomatoes. I've done a few ideas in the past on my channel, from tomato ketchup to soup, things like that. And they need quite a warm location, around 18 to 21 degrees Celsius, and the compost just needs to be kept moist. You don't want to overwater them. And you should get the, once you start them off in a propagator, you should get the seeds should appear between 1 to 2 weeks. And make sure that they are got plenty of water during like hot periods. And once you do start to get the tomatoes, you can then obviously pick them, and it will encourage more fruit production. So yeah, you can I've got quite some good crops from tomatoes in the past. That's why it's one I try and grow regularly, because they are good, and again can save you quite a bit of money as well. And then finally here, first time for doing this, growing some cucumbers. You can see I've got 3 plants started to emerge now, and we'll be moving them into individual pots. It's one of those things where sometimes you think you've only planted 1 or 2 seeds, but you end up getting 3. Never grown cucumbers before, but I thought I'd give them a go. So they can go into individual pots and then get their own space. You want to keep them the soil moist, and every 2 weeks you can give them like a good high nitrogen feed, which will help them. And they like the sun as well, so they need to get plenty of sunlight. And they are actually best grown indoors. Yeah, you can grow them in pots as I am, so I'm going to need to separate these ones and put them into individual pots. But they don't actually have to have direct sunlight, as long as they get enough sunlight. And once they start to grow a fair bit, you can remove the lower leaves as well, which will just help keep them in top shape. So let me know in the comments what you've been growing and what you like to grow, what you find works best. There's other stuff I'm going to be doing. As I say, let me know any tips you have as well on growing things. And yeah, it's perfect time now to start growing different things indoors and outdoors. And yeah, you can save a lot of money in the long run, just a bit of care and attention. And thank you for watching the video, and give you a like if you find it helpful, and ring that bell for notification of other gardening videos. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.